We've caught them. We have caught them. We know it. Every one of us knows that Clemson is lying to us about the offense. They've put Khalil Barnes up to it. They've put Terrell up to it. We know that Sweeney has praised offenses in the past. Over the past, few years, post Trevor Lawrence would be the easiest way for me to give you a timeline. And let's just be honest with ourselves. It ended up being nothing more than gaslighting us. That Clemson was living off a collateral that was built up in 16 and 18 and during that 6 playoff run. Or at least that's what a lot of you are saying to me, because normally I'm the one who's just being, critical like I normally am, rightfully so, because Clemson, I don't know if you've noticed it, has earned it on the offensive side of the football. But because I do a video yesterday quoting Khalil Barnes saying, hey, they're making us play. We had them in a box. A lot of you has wet your drawers that I would, me, Mr., in a lot of your words, Mr. Pessimistic, Mr. Negativity, Mr. Not really a Clemson football fan, actually puts up a video quoting one of the players who I have a lot of respect for. You're mad about it, and you're just convinced that they're lying to us about the offense. So, I'm going to talk about that today. Happy August the 11th. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I hope you're all doing well, folks. I just want to tell you this. It's a warm day here in the upstate of South Carolina. For me, it's a good weekend. Okay. Good weekend. I had a busy week this past week. Had to fly to Dallas and fly back for work. And as I was there, by the way, I was sitting there going, I'm in the town or in the city of one of the new ACC members. I thought about that almost the entire time I was there. But it's just a good time. This is a good Sunday, and I hope you're having a good Sunday as well. We're now less than 2 weeks from week 0. Yes, that's the 24th. Florida State and Georgia Tech playing in Dublin. And then there's like 3 other games that, hey, we probably really don't care about if it's week 5 in college football, but we'll probably watch some of those games. Also, less than 3 weeks now to the big game between Clemson and Georgia. On August the 31st in Atlanta at 12 o'clock. I hope you will subscribe, folks. I am getting closer to 4,000 subscribers. The anniversary or birthday, whatever you want to call it, for this channel is actually on August 31st when Clemson and Georgia plays. So if you haven't subscribed, you watch me all the time. I hope that you'll subscribe. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll subscribe. You hit the thumbs up. Drop a comment in the live chat or the chat section. I do appreciate it. So, yesterday, I posted the comments, talked about it, that Khalil Barnes made this past week. And he said that the offense definitely looked better and followed it up with a statement that makes me believe that he was actually telling the truth, at least from his point of view. He said that last year, this is Khalil Barnes, we kind of had them in a box. And I brought up the point, and by the way, I have the comment section turned off. I see some comments are coming in there, but just so I can focus, I'm going to get to those in just a second. But he said that we had them in the box, and I just made the point that this could be encouraging. Now, let's go over what I didn't say. I didn't say that Clemson was going to win the national championship. I didn't say that Clemson would beat Georgia, who they are a 14-point underdog to. I did not say that go ahead and get ready to book your first round of the playoff tickets, or maybe even a bye, because Clemson's going to be that good. They won't even have to play in the first round. I didn't say that. I did not say that Cade Klubnik should be the front runner for the Heisman Trophy, or at least get an invitation to New York. I didn't say that. All I said was, here's a defensive player who gave us a lot last year. He was a true freshman. He came out there on a field with, especially on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of really good players, a lot of experienced players. I mean, XT was a freshman when Trevor Lawrence was a freshman. You had Tyler Davis out there. You had Rook. He's gone now. You had Jeremiah Trotter out there. You had Nate Wiggins out there. When Makuba was healthy, you had Makuba out there. This guy came out there and he outplayed a lot of the guys in the defensive backfield. He was a true freshman, and this guy saying, hey, we're playing these guys this year in practice, and it's not like it was last year. And that's all I said. All I said, Mr. Negativity here, and I need to change it from not an insider to Mr. Negativity, Mr. Not a Real Fan. You ain't a real fan. Mr. Not a Real Fan. I need to go in here and change it to that. All I said was that could be encouraging to us, but I ended with, you have to show up and do it. That's basically what I said. And I'm telling you, you would have thought that I'd have drove over to your house, knocked on the door and said, hey, is that your kid sitting over there? Yeah, they sure are ugly. And you just get like fighting mad right off the... There are people who are really upset about that. No, some are not. They're like, hey, I get what you're saying and blah, 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 blah. But I did not say that Clemson was going to beat Georgia. All I said was this could be a good thing, but they have to do it. Now, some of you believe that Clemson's... how can I say this in a nice way? If Khalil Barnes or Matt Luke tells me that they're seeing progress in the offense, one's a coach who's an expert, one's a young player, but the guy can ball. He's on the other side of the ball. And the verbiage that he used was not like it was given to him by the coaching staff or somebody to be like, hey, listen, hey, defensive players, we know that they're going to interview you. Here's the company talking points. If you've ever worked in a corporate job, you hear the company talking points. And unfortunately, a lot of times it's bullcrap. You know it, I know it. And I'll just leave it at that. I'll spare you all the war stories. But if you've been in a business or anything like that, an organization, you can tell the company talking points. And it didn't seem like that. It did not seem like Khalil Barnes was spewing that. But if Khalil Barnes or Matt Luke says that the offense is progressing, did not say that they were going to win the national championship, did not say that they were going to rival the production of the LSU team from 2019 with Joe Burrow and, 55 NFL wide receivers on one roster somehow. They didn't say that. They said that, well, Khalil Barnes said that it looked better. But if those guys come out, and this was my point, if Khalil Barnes and Matt Luke come out and they say, hey, the offense is getting better, like we can actually see them opening up things, they seem to be playing freer, they're communicating better. Communication is a big thing in, well, anything. All marriage, raising children, all the way into football, okay? If they say it, I cautiously, did you hear that word, cautiously, with a grain of salt, accept it. But if Dabo Swinney comes out and tells me, I'm telling you right now, man, we're burning the woods up, we got Cade Klubnik, man, Cade is confident, man, Cade is looking good, I'm telling you, we're looking good, proud of the offense, we're committed, folks. And I know some of you are going to come into the comments section. I still have the live chat turned off for right now just so I can pay attention. But folks, I'm going to tell you something, and I if Coach Swinney ever heard this first, he doesn't care what I think. And then second of all, I don't mean this rude. He is the face of Clemson, and he's supposed to be Mr. PR. I get it. But I will believe Matt Luke and Khalil Barnes' assessment and take it way more serious than I will Coach Swinney at this point. Because, remember, last year, we were supposed to be pretty incredible with the talent that we had on the team. Still, I know some of you want to argue about that, but with the talent that we had on the team last year. Bo Collins, no. Preseason, hindsight's 2020. Stop that crap. Let's go back to this time last year. Open up with Duke, and I told you, hey, Duke's gonna be a handful, but I believe we're gonna beat them. They have a really good quarterback. Mike Elko can coach. Believe it or not, listen to me. Mike Elko can coach, and he showed that. And anybody who's like, well, Duke fell apart, then you didn't pay attention to Duke. That when Riley Leonard got hurt about Game 5 against Notre Dame, Game 6. The rest of the teams that had to play Duke from that point was not the Duke team that Clemson had to play. So do your research on that one. But I told you Clemson's going to have to play tough. But hey, I felt like Clemson could make an 11-1 run last year. Realistically, if you looked at their schedule and the talent. But I made one massive mistake. Massive mistake. I forgot that positional coaching on the offensive side of the football matters. And you're like, duh. But you'd have to say duh to about 100,000 of you. You remember Coach Swinney after the Duke game? Oh, we rushed for over 200. We passed for over 200. In the history of our program, if we ever did that, we never lost. You're right, Coach Swinney. You're 100% correct. But, folks, I'm just telling you, I will believe Matt Luke and Khalil Barnes. I'll cautiously accept what they say more than I will Coach Swinney right now, because Coach Swinney's just trying to keep everybody positive while Clemson's trying to figure out what's going on. Again, to the 88 of you who are in here live on a Sunday afternoon, I hope you have subscribed. It's free. I'm just a dude in my bonus room. I just got home from church. We got some pizzas cooking downstairs. After this, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to watch the race at 6 o'clock. I'm going to hang out with my boys. I'm going to tell them to stop fighting each other. I'm going to laugh if one of them gets a good lick on the other one. You'd be surprised how much an 8-year-old can do to a 17-year-old. But anyway, and my 18-year-old's a bigger kid. He's not massive, but he's not a runt. It's just the 8-year-old is feisty. I wonder where he gets that from. Anyway, but my point that I am trying to tell you right now, I hope you subscribe. It's free, okay? Hit thumbs up and all that much good crap. I did not say that Clemson's going to beat Georgia. I did not say that Clemson is back. All I said was that Khalil Barnes and Avion Terrell saying that this team, this offense is making them work more. And the words that Khalil Barnes, this is what means something to me, because I pay attention to what people say, how they say it. If it seems so specific that it seemed pre-scripted, or if they just were told to say something positive about the offense, but there's really anything positive to say. It's really vague verbiage. Okay, pay attention to that. This was not overscripted, and this was not vague verbiage. Like, let me give you an example of vague verbiage. If they said, so Khalil Barnes, how's the offense looking? Everybody's talking about the offense, and Khalil knows that there's a problem with the offense. So he's like, oh God, like how do I not lie here? How do I not make myself look bad? Okay. Man, they're making us really work hard. I'm starting to see Cade, show a little more leadership, and the team's just gelling, and Coach Riley, he's got it going on, man. So we gotta show up every day and do our best. Where did he lie there? Cade is showing leadership by showing up. He didn't lie there. Coach Riley's making us work. Well, you're having to go against his offense, whether it's good or not. He didn't lie there. He kept himself out of deep water. And as I said yesterday, and I'll say again, he goes back to his apartment. He goes, got out of that one. But he did not have to say, hey, last year we kind of had him in a box. We had him in a box. They're making, not this year. That, once again, for those of you who are ticked off at me all the time, but for some reason you still watch me, I don't get that. For me, it just seems like, well, I mean, the guy's giving them credit, without going overboard. Got 90 of you in here. I hope you subscribed. Also, if you want to join the channel, I'm going to get in here to the comments section. I'm going to start off with the first comments. First two comments are people who, believe it or not, they joined my channel, $3 or $5 per month, because I'm just a dude in his bonus room. And yeah, there we go. Still gamble, my old buddy. I'm not falling for it this year like I did the last 3 years. Show me on the field already. Still gamble? I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. And I know we're on the same page here. What I said earlier was not towards you at all. But you're 100% right. And I want to take this public service announcement, and I don't mean this rude toward Coach Sweeney, but I'm just going to say this in the Clemson community, who right now is talking about graduation rate ad nauseum. Yes, Clemson is a school. Yes, they need to graduate players, but I'm going to tell you this, folks. I'm going to tell you this. Talking about Georgia's arrest record and talking about Clemson's graduation record means absolutely nothing on August 31st if the vast majority of Georgia's players are going to play on August the 31st. They're not lining up going, oh my goodness, we are going up against a team with the top graduation rate in U.S. They're not doing that. That's great. That's good that you're graduating players. But people are not. Have you looked at the ticket price for this game? Oh, it is insane. People are not paying a ton of money to watch a spelling bee. They're going there to watch football. So you can be proud about that. But I think for us Clemson fans and Clemson coaches, included our beloved head coach, needs to cut it out. I'm tired of hearing about it. I don't watch Clemson football for graduation rate. Big John, another member. See that symbol beside his name? That guy has supported the channel. Thank you so much, Big John. I want to express my sincerest thanks to you for getting us through the off season. It's like being in the desert. Happy Sunday, Brian. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm going to move through here faster, and then I'm going to close this down so I can go eat pizza and watch my kids beat up on each other. Dogs Rolling Land. Go Dogs. Rob Ellen, good morning. Realistic one. The offense will be good, just not the best against certain teams. They won't go undefeated, but should make the 12-team playoff. Okay. Carolina Jackpot is Bobby Durkin's illegitimate child. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I hope he's in here. Parker Henderson, my old buddy. This week we got to talk on the phone. Okay? We got to talk. We got to talk on the phone. Got 100 of you in here on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah. Hope y'all all subscribed. Noah Denton, Kirby Smart drinks wine coolers, Clemson by 10. I hope so. Slim Shady Canes, ahoy, Conquistador. The defense can carry the team with just a good offensive play, not great. They need to take care of the ball better. Agree with you. I'm going to move through this. A lot quicker. Bloody Knuckles is in here. Ridge Runner's in here. Mike 3883's in here. Let me see. This Dane Wilson's in here. Halo, good to see you. Brent Niven, glad I could finally catch you live again. It's been too long. Brent, it is good to see you, my friend. I want to move through here. If I overlook any of you, please, yes. Let me see. Hit the like button. Clemson better be able to run the ball. Let's talk about this, Wesley. For anyone who's joining in here, I was talking about how I did. If you joined me late, let me catch you up, okay? That for the 105 of you that's in here, I'm shocked there's so many people in here on a Sunday afternoon. I admit it. I hope, again, I'm going to stop saying this until the very end. I hope you subscribe. It is free. It's a great way to support the channel. Hope you hit the thumbs up, drop a comment in the live chat or the comment section. So let me catch up those who has joined late. So yesterday, I posted a video. I did a live stream where I talked about Khalil Barnes, our now true sophomore defensive player, his comments on Clemson's offense. And I said, you know me, if you watch me, you know I'm critical of Clemson's offense and Clemson's offensive positional coaching hires over the past 5 years. And the reason why is because it's got us to where we're at today with a struggling offense. You're still recruiting 4-star players, a few 5 stars here and there, but it doesn't look like it. Okay? So I have been very critical of that. I'm not critical of the defense. I say very little about the defense. I praise the defense. But I just believe in giving credit where credit's due and criticism, rightfully so, where it's earned. Okay? So, Khalil Barnes comes out and makes a very unscripted statement to the media, and the media took it, and they posted. I saw it, and what did he say? He said that the offense is definitely way better, and then he followed it up with something that resonated with me. He said that last year we had them in a box, talking about Clemson's defense in practice had Clemson's offense in a box. He said, but not this year, not this practice schedule. And he talked about they were playing freer. So yesterday I did a video, talked about that, and all I basically said is with a grain of salt that could encourage us. You still have to show the product on the field. Okay? And the difference in this versus, say, the past few years where Coach Sweeney and the offensive coordinator comes out and goes, yeah, offense is looking really, really good and everything. We're all thinking, hey, man, we're going to be in contention this year. We're at least going to make maybe a playoffs, big bowl game and everything. And, not the Gator Bowl, okay? Not the Gator Bowl that we just jumped up and down on the sideline like we were so medicated we looked goofy. Not like that. No, we're talking about like a New Year's Day Bowl or something like that. But what happened after those comments? Clemson's offense did not produce. So a lot of people are kind of irritated with me saying, hey, you got to show it to me. Now, I agree with you, but I never said that Clemson's offense went to some type of doctor and been miraculously healed. I just said because Khalil Barnes gave this statement, and if you pay attention to his verbiage, that it could be true, that they actually have improved. That's the only thing that I was really saying. I still said they had to play against Georgia. I've made it very, very clear that I don't believe that Georgia's the greatest team since sliced bread. They're not 0-1 Miami or 95 Nebraska, but the Georgia Bulldogs are the front runner for the national championship, like it or not. I don't like it. No offense, SEC dog and other Georgia fans. Angie, I'm not, And by the way, I would just want to make this public service announcement to a couple of Georgia fans out there. I have complimented your team. It's okay for you to trash talk, and that's fine. But even when we give a compliment, you still acting like a jerk. I mean, no wonder people can't stand you. I mean, that's why people love to watch a lot of you lose. It's just like you can't even. You're living in a realm of reality that doesn't even exist. Even if they won a national championship the next 5 years, it's just like, my God. Anyway, but some will do what they do. But my point in all of this is we could take some encouragement, but Clemson still has to show up, not only on August the 31st, they have to show up all season. So that was it, because everybody believes they're lying to us about the offense. Unfortunately, they have set us up, meaning the Clemson offensive coaching staff and our own beloved head coach, set us up to believe in the past, especially 3 seasons, that the offense was good. And that's why you, and even I, as I did that video yesterday, I was like, why am I even doing this video? Because it's Khalil Barnes saying it. It's not Coach Sweeney. Because Coach Sweeney is the face of the team and he's supposed to keep everybody's morale up. He's not going to walk out there to the media and tell legacy Clemson media and ESPN and Fox and whoever else gets in front of him, the 6 Mile Sentinel, that Clemson's offense sucks and that nobody should pay the ungodly amounts of money to take their family to see Clemson play against Stanford. He's not going to do that. No leader in their right mind would do it. Play it down some? Yes. But folks, I'm just saying that Khalil Barnes, what he said and how he said it, made me go, maybe they are getting a little better. So, they still have to show up. That's the end of the story. We'll get to comments, and I'm going downstairs to eat pizza. If I overlooked you, please forgive me. Wesley Spruce said Clemson better be able to run the ball. You know what? Here's the thing. When Clemson was playing against Tennessee in the Orange Bowl, they could run the ball on Tennessee at will. Do you know what they did? They stopped running the football. When Clemson played Georgia in 2021, Clemson kept trying to run the ball straight up the middle. When they went to a sweep on the outside, Lynn J. Dixon turned the corner so fast, he already had 10 yards, and Georgia's sitting there going, what the crap just happened? You know what we did? We never ran that play again. Clemson's offense has been stifled by Clemson's either player development or their coaching for quite a while. Clemson lost that game to South Carolina by 1 point. I was there in person with my son, who, by the way, is a Gamecock. And he looked at me and he said, why'd y'all stop running the football on us? Clemson's greatest enemy overall over the past 3 years has been Clemson. It has been coaching hires, people who they got hired too soon. I'm not saying they'll never be a good coach or they'll never be a good coordinator, a good position coach. I'm just saying Clemson's greatest enemy has been themselves. And as I'm saying bye-bye to everybody here, here as I go, I said this yesterday and I'll say this again. Beating Georgia would be an upset for Clemson. And that used to not be the case. An upset. That's where we've declined. Clemson fans are operating off of hope. Well, anything can happen. See, we decline. You're not operating off of, hey, we got a really good team that's going to be competitive. We better play hard, but we can win this game. We're sitting here going, this will be an upset. Again, Georgia's not the greatest team ever, but they're the front runner for the national championships. And when I say they're not the greatest team ever, I'm not talking about 01 Miami, 95 Nebraska, the LSU team I talked about, Clemson 2018 team. They're not. But they are the front runner for the national championship, and they're really good. So much that Vegas believes they'll beat Clemson by 2 touchdowns. So that's what I'm trying to get across to everybody, is that you have to respect them. You have to respect them. And hopefully, if Clemson's offense is getting better, they can move the ball, and not only move the ball, get the ball into the end zone. Clemson stands a greater chance of potentially beating them and potentially having a good season. And that's the point at that. Folks, getting in here, let me see. Chuck Wagon Express. Brian, this game comes down to Cade, managing it without the big mistakes. I like it. J Fizz is in here. Philip C. Talking about turnovers, you're 100%. Tristan, it's good to see you. Michael Vinson. It's BLST. You sound like fool. A fool. You sound like a fool. If you're going to call me stupid, at least semi do it right. J, 129 FBS teams will be the underdog on August 31st. Just make it respectable in the rest of the season. Not a bad idea. Let's see. Tristan. Let's see. Kalen DeBoss. Personally, I don't see UGA being as good this year. Irv 704. Don't see Clemson getting blown out, but UGA still wins. Go Noles. Hey. All right, folks. There's 90. I told you I would only say this at the end, and then I'm done. There's 98 of you in here on a Sunday afternoon. It's crazy. I hope you'll subscribe. My itty bitty channel is about to hit 4,000 subscribers. 2 years, my friend. 2 years that I've done this, and I've had a lot of fun. So I hope you'll subscribe. If you want to join, I have a $3 tier and a $5 tier. You're like, what's the difference? There's no difference. It's just whether you feel like you want to support $3 or $5 per month. Either way, I do hope that you'll subscribe. It is free. It does support the channel. My old buddy Parker Henderson, 35-28 is the score. Parker, who wins, though? Who wins? Are you going to call Clemson winning the game, 35-28? Are you going to do it? Halo in here. Ain't nothing but the Tigers. Tristan, you rock, man. Love the channel. Thank you so much. Oh, Parker Henderson's calling. Is calling Clemson wins. Is calling that Clemson wins. Jordan Bowman, listen to this. I'm going to be on Jordan Bowman and Tiger Paul Craven show on the 16th. On the 16th. Okay? I'm going to be on the show with, I'm reading these comments, but Jordan Bowman, I'm glad you're in here. You and Tiger Paul Craven, I'm going to be on their show, Clemson Football on the Voice of Clemson Football channel. They got a great channel over there. They're good. They're good. I'm and the good guys too. Good guys. I look forward to being on the show. You're saying exactly, no, neither UGA, that's the score. That's the score. Don't burn the pizza. Let's see. Mike 3883 firing shots at the Bulldogs at Parker says, I'm not calling either UGA or Clemson. I like it. Folks, you take care of yourself. I'll catch you later this week. And as always, go Tigers.